Alright, let's do this. Yeah, she's kinda slow, isn't she? Ah. I don't really know the significance of this power yet. Oh, interesting. Still, I don't really know the significance of that. Makes her faster, though. Wonder if I could use it to catch up. Oh. I'd run if I were you. Well, that's no fun. Of course, they both. Wow, she uses her katana. That's awesome. Do it! Aw, come on. See my perk powers. It's building up. What my perk does is, after 4 pallets broken, the next stun, the pallet will just explode. I go a little easy on you guys because I feel bad about the disconnects. She almost seems like a better, well, not really a better wraith, but it seems like her power would be good for, really good for stalking. Whoa. Yes, feed me pallets. I want to see what this perk looks like. Yes. Come on, take me to another pallet, please. This is an interesting killer, I must say. The only thing I don't really like is how slow she is. Hi! You wanna try this out? Let's go. Weren't expecting that, were ya, huh? She kinda sounds like the nurse.
Oh!
Pretty awesome, though. That pallet just completely exploded. Guess you might as well just use the entire thing. Hey, Thingman. Play with me. I love that the shard of glass in her hand becomes a katana. I'd be happy to let you guys go. I don't really care about winning, I just want to try out the new killer, you know? I mean, I can say that... Oh, why'd you give up? Oh, maybe they found the hatch. Strange killer. I love the way she runs, though. She's so freaky. Oh, thank God I was able to get a lobby. At first I didn't think I would be able to get one. First time I tried, I must have waited like 5 to 10 minutes, and then those people that disconnected, they were the ones that loaded in. They waited a few minutes, then they left, so I canceled my lobby. I started a new one, and then I turned on the stopwatch on my cell phone just to time how long it was taking to do this. And I got about 4 minutes, and my internet randomly disconnected. It's been doing that today. Of all days to crap out, it decided to do it today when there's a new PTB and I don't have to work today. So go figure. But anyway, I got back on, started a new match, and it took about 10 minutes to actually get a full lobby. And I seized on the opportunity. Once they all readied up, I readied up so that nobody could escape. Unfortunately, 2 of them DC'd anyway. Their ping wasn't really the best. I mean, it was tolerable, but it wasn't really the best. But then again, like I said, my internet's kind of wonky today. I don't know why. It kind of seems like it's a hardware issue. It's hot and humid today. That might be the reason why. It's been a really humid summer. But anyway, this is a new killer that's coming out pretty soon, probably within the next week or so. I think they said like September 4th, somewhere around there. That's when the new chapter comes out, but she's called the Spirit, and she's obviously based off of Japanese folklore. I don't know if she's based on anyone in particular, but she's a ghost type character. And a lot of people thought that it was going to be the slit-faced girl, the one with the Glasgow smile, very old Japanese urban legend where if she approaches you and she asks you if she's pretty, and if you say no, she kills you on the spot, and if you say yes, she gives you the same smile that she has. So, a lot of people seem to be under the impression that she was the new killer, and I kind of struggled to figure out what her power would be if they did go that way, but it kind of seems like the devs like to throw J.J. Abrams here and there and kind of mislead people so that they can turn around and give us surprises. So I wasn't really sure about the whole slit-faced girl thing. I thought there was a pretty high possibility that it wasn't her, that it was going to be something else entirely. And I was right. It was a completely original character based on Japanese ghosts. But she's pretty freaky here, like her limbs are unattached and everything. Apparently her story is that her family was kind of down in the dumps. Her dad got fired after working someplace for a great number of years, and he kind of went crazy. And he hacked up her mother, and she came home to this, and then he started to attack her. So that's why she's got severed limbs and everything. It's because he attacked her with a katana and was severing her. And that's her story. Her story is that her story is one of vengeance. Like, she is determined to get revenge on her father for what he did. Of course, her father is not in the game, of course. The new survivor is this dude, Adam Francis, some guy from Jamaica who became a teacher. I mean, he's got a cool look and everything, I guess. I mean, if you like the studious type, and I mean, hey, it's another black dude, but couldn't they have given us a Japanese man or something? Or even just a Japanese girl? Because we have a character who I think is supposed to be Korean descent. I think Jake Park is supposed to be the one that's Korean descent. And we've got a Chinese girl, Feng Min. But, you know, why couldn't we have like a Japanese man who maybe has some sort of connection to the killer? That'd be cool. But now we got this dude, and he has one perk. Oh wait, he has one perk that I kind of think is going to be a bit problematic. It's this perk in particular. Basically what it does is it gives you a guaranteed Kobe. Now after that happens, there's a new status effect that they've brought into the game called Broken. And what Broken does is it makes it to where you can't fully heal. You can't get to full health until a certain amount of time has passed. And in the case of this perk, it only takes about 100 seconds, which, you know, that's a pretty sizable amount of time as far as this game goes. But I'm sure that the time required in order to wait it out gets lesser and lesser as you tier up this perk. It has to be at least 10 seconds per, which means that potentially it would only take like maybe 80 seconds, maybe even less than that. And you have to keep in mind, one generator takes 80 seconds to repair for just one person. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that much time, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And, you know, if you have Iron Will, you could potentially just wait it out or just be very stealthy and potentially get away with a free Kobe. So in my mind, it kind of seems like it's going to be yet another get out of jail free card, which is not what we need. I would be fine with this perk if it wasn't a guaranteed. I mean, you shouldn't even call it a chance. It's not a chance, it's guaranteed. You get off the hook if you use this perk. There's no skill to that. I mean, I guess you would need some semblance of skill to stay alive. But I don't know, I think a perk like this is, honestly, it kind of seems to encourage camping. Because, I mean, that's one of the changes too that they brought to this build, is that anytime somebody is unhooked, whether somebody unhooks them or they get themselves off the hook, when the killer takes a swipe at them, apparently they've gotten like invincibility seconds attached to them, to where the killer can't even knock them down. Which, I don't know how that's gonna play out, but it would... I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna play out. Initially, it doesn't really seem like a good idea to me to do that. But then again, if you Kobe off a hook and you're right in front of a killer, you're kind of asking for it. And I don't foresee you really being able to get far away from the killer unless you have like adrenaline or something, or sprint burst, or some exhaustion perk that you can use on the fly. But I just don't really know about this. I have a bad feeling about this. Like, I don't think this is a very good perk at all. I mean, I guess it's a great perk if you're a survivor, but this seems like it might be a little problematic. Like I said before, if it wasn't a guarantee that you can get yourself off the hook, if it just heightened up your chance to get off the hook, that'd be pretty cool, but I guess nobody would use it. I mean, maybe we just shouldn't have any perks like this. That's what I'm saying, but I don't know. It's in the game, apparently. I don't think they'd have enough time to completely change a perk, so I guess this is gonna be in the game now. This is gonna be a thing. But let's take a look at the killer's perks really quick, because she has some pretty awesome perks. I was using the one that makes the pallet explode. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. I mean, you could pair this with like enduring and brutal strength and completely decimate teams that like to loop all day. But that was what I was using that one time. And then she's got this Hex Haunted Ground. Basically what it is it places 2 trapped Hex Totems. Which means, when we're talking about Hex Totems, we're talking about the lit totems. So there's 2 lit totems. And if a survivor, I think, do they have to break it? Yep. When they cleanse one of these trapped totems, every single survivor on the map is exposed for a certain amount of time. That is huge. That is... I could foresee this being a meta perk. People are going to pair this with Ruin. Because one of the biggest complaints is that Ruin has a tendency to get taken out of the game far too quickly. And with this Hex perk, you make it to where it's a really big risk for survivors to cleanse totems. So that would... Yeah, this one's pretty... This one seems like it's going to be really deadly. And then finally you have Rancor. And what this is, it's basically an aura reading perk for the most part. But at the end of the match, when all the doors, or when the doors are powered, all generators are done, basically the obsession is exposed and you can basically mortar them on the spot. Which that's, I don't know, I guess that's pretty cool. It does give you aura reading. You can see the obsession, and you can see everybody else too, every time a generator is powered, so that's not too bad. This isn't too bad of a perk, in my opinion. I don't think very many people are gonna be running it, but it's not a bad perk. It's okay. Yeah, there you have it. Here's the killer, the new survivor, and a perk. And then I guess I didn't go over all of the new survivors perks, but you have this one, which is kind of cool in theory. I guess if you want to make the game a little harder on yourself. Because basically what it is you start the trial with a negative 20% progression penalty for skill checks to heal survivors. It only really affects healing. But the thing is that every successful skill check, you gain tokens, and every token grants you plus 20% bonus progression for a successful skill check while healing survivors. So, I mean, it seems like a pretty nifty perk, but again, I don't really know how many people are really going to be running this one because healing other people isn't really an issue. I guess it would be pretty good for certain killer perks like thanatophobia and stuff, but those perks aren't really a problem to begin with. Yeah, pretty much any killer perk that affects skill progression as far as like healing and stuff. The clown one's pretty good, I have to say. Because he's got a perk to where when you're in his radius, it makes your healing progression go down quite considerably. His is pretty good, so I don't know, this could combat that, but then again, not very many people even run that perk, so what's the point? And like I said, healing isn't really an issue. Healing other people's doesn't really take that much time. Man, I guess if you're kind of antsy about healing at hooks and you wish it could get done earlier, I guess you could bring this perk if you really wanted to, but I don't really foresee very many people using it. It's interesting in theory, but it'd be nice if it applied to maybe all skills, but then again, that might be kind of overkill, to be honest. This game already, the higher ranks, I've heard that you can like finish matches in 3 minutes. It's not even funny. And then we got this diversion. So this is what's called an activatable perk. It activates after a certain time. So standing within the killer tier radius while not in a chase for 45 seconds activates the perk. So once the perk is activated, press the active ability button while crouched and motionless to throw a pebble, which creates a loud noise notification for the killer at a distance of 10 meters. So that's kind of cool. It's drawing off of other horror games to where you have to distract enemies in order to get around them. This might be a good perk for people who like to get in chases, to be honest. You could just maybe use this perk and then run in that direction, and hey, you found the killer and the killer has found you, and you can get into as many chases as you like. But yeah, the only one of his perks that I really foresee people using is this one. I mean, come on. This is a guarantee get out of jail free. The only caveat, I guess you can say, is you have to stay alive for 100 seconds. Less if you tier this up. I'm pretty sure it's going to be less time as you get to like tier 3. So yeah. Guess we just have to wait and see what becomes of this one. Who knows, maybe people won't be so enticed with this one, but I don't know. People really like those get out of jail free cards. I don't foresee this being as bad as Decisive Strike is now, because, you know, there is a catch to this one. At least there is a catch. With Decisive Strike, there wasn't really a catch. You just had to do a simple skill check, and you were off scot-free, and you just had to try to get away from the killer. Which you can't always do. Sometimes a killer can get you anyway, but... well, they're nerfing Decisive Strike. They're... well, not even really nerfing it, they're completely reworking it. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with it. I hope that they don't chicken out. I hope that we actually get it. But there we go. We got to see the new killer. And I don't really know what to feel about her right now. She's really slow, like I said. And her power doesn't really seem to last for that long. I did like how when you're using her power, you could see the track marks of the survivors, like, very clearly. It was very pronounced. She's kind of like the Wraith in that way, I guess you could say. Because I can't see the survivors, I'm pretty sure they couldn't see me. They could probably still hear me. But it was kind of interesting, like, you could potentially use her power to catch up to the survivors. You would just have to probably time it accordingly, because they could just easily do a sharp turn and maybe throw you off, but yeah, you could probably use it in chases, unlike the race ability, which you can't really use in chases unless you mind game. You could probably even mind game with her ability. I don't know, I've only played her once, I can't really say. She's interesting, I can say that. She's an interesting killer. And it'll be fun to see what people do with her. I don't know where on the tier list she's going to fall. I've already seen people compare her to the nurse, which I don't really know how you could compare her to the nurse. She's not really like her at all. She just seems... I wonder if she has the same voice actor, because when she gets hit, it sounds like the nurse stun. It sounds almost exactly like the nurse stun, so I'm wondering if it's the same voice actress, but... yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, in my view, she's more like the Wraith. In that she can make herself disappear and then reappear. The only thing is that when she reappears, she's faster. It shouldn't be as much of an issue to hit survivors or track them down and hunt them and catch them. But it does seem like it would take a lot of getting used to. So, I don't know about her add-ons. She's got one available on my Blood Web. I'm not really gonna power through this because this is just a PTB. You don't keep or lose anything. But what this does is it slightly increases her hunting movement speed. So this would make her faster, which that's pretty good. It seems like it's going to be a pretty good add-on. I hope that there are add-ons that make it to where you could stay in her phase for longer. Because if there are... I mean, I kind of feel like... she just seems really slow to me. Like, if she were a little faster, I think she'd be better. But... I don't know, that's just my opinion. Like I said, I've only played her once. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, but I guess this is where I'm going to end it. Because I don't even know how long I've been recording. It's been a while, you're probably sick and tired of hearing me just yammer away, so... Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, I hope you're psyched for the new killer. She's pretty cool. She's cool looking. And she's got an interesting concept, so... If you're playing the PTB, I hope you've got better luck than I did getting my first lobby. It took a while, and if it's gonna keep being this way, I probably won't stick around the PTB for that long. But I hope you have more luck on PTB than I have, if you are playing the PTB. And if you're not, if you're opting out of the PTB, just playing normally, I hope you've got really great games in the future. I hope that the blood points rain down on you. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.